hop, skip and a jump across the road in the Khyber building. So we used to come here very often, and it's lovely to see this, how it's changed, how they finally air-conditioned it and all. It's wonderful. So right where I'm standing used to be the artist's table. All the other tables were like that. This was the only one like this.
Yes,
now,
I remember.
So whoever was Mrs. Khanna's friend, whether it's a Hussain or a Sabawala or a Miranda or whoever, would be around this little cramped table. So thank you for having me over, and in this lovely gallery, this part of Pinky, her best friend, is the culprit who's responsible for the video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Really, 10%.
So, having said that, you know, in a very strange way, in Upper Crust, in my magazine, which is actually to do with food, wine and travel, I've had any number of artists in there. What's the connection? I don't know. Most artists are foodies. Most artists, because they like this whole color thing, they are very involved. Like, what's her name? Anjali Ila Menon, if you please. I was in Delhi once, and at her home, and she was, she had actually baked her plates.
Wow.
With the colors of the foods and fruits and everything else. So she had an array of these things, and I was over, and she took so much trouble that if she had, say, Bengal, she had this in a platter which was little aubergine color inside and everything else, green chilies. It's one of my most favorite shoots that I've ever done. I happen to be a photographer. So it was fantastic. If I have to connect this whole art business and talk about myself, the other thing that I've done is a wonderful shoot is with M.F. Hussain. You know, even before the magazine started, which is 25 years ago, we call him Baba because he's my friend's father, Aisa's father, so we call him Baba. And so Baba would always say, "Ek din main pakaunga khana, tum khana wo khana." And he used to always talk about something called lasan. Anybody knows what's that?
I know.
You know
I remember the cover very well.
Yes.
Yes, it was keema lasan.
Yes, it's not lasan as we know it. There's a lot of keema in there, and there's fresh
It's the garlic.
when it's in season.
Yes.
And one day he said, "Main aa raha hu, coming back from Delhi.
Yes.
You bring those other ingredients, I'll bring the main ingredients." He walked in with this fresh lasan.
Yes.
He spent the whole day and he shot and he cooked that for me. And it was one of my most favorite.
I know it so well.
Really?
I can
Wow.
see the cover.
Yeah, it was one of the best covers actually. So we'll stop there and let's get on to Mena. I love her name. Mena House is a lovely hotel in Cairo.
Yeah.
And it's the only other Mena I know. So because people I think would say Mena or something
Yes,
like
they
that. Anyway,
all
it's
the
Mena.
time.
And you said it's Egyptian connected.
It's not. It's actually Parvati's mother's name.
Oh, but she's Mena.
But yes. But you know, we are one of the few people who knows the Egyptian name, and that's lovely. So it's very nice when people say, "Ah, I know the Egyptian name." Then I know it's like. So.
You know, I just happened to have stumbled upon another fact when I was talking to her, and she very quietly, she's a very quiet sort of a restrained person, as you can say.
No.
I'm meeting her for the first time, but she said, "No, you know, you had gone to my uncle's house in Belgaum," and I'm like, "What? Really? Who?" And it turns out Mena Malgavkar.
Yes.
And she said that it's such a light way. I mean, he's a legend, a giant of an author. And we had gone to interview him when we went there. And he very kindly took us all to the garden and we went out. Then he called the man came and plucked an avocado. So this is the first time I've had an avocado plucked from a tree, peeled by a great man like him, and then we had, and it was the best avocados of my life that I ever had.
Most organic.
So yeah, it was organic, it was.
Yes.
So I'm very delighted to meet his niece.
Thank you.
And let's go on with it. Tell us about you. How did you get into being an artist?
I've always wanted to be an artist, and because I was not academically extremely bright, I was okay.
How so?
So that was an easy path to follow. The dream was always to get into JJ's. I'm sure that's everybody's dream, right?
Yeah.
I didn't get into JJ's. We had this domicile thingy then, and I wasn't from Bombay or Maharashtra and all of that. So I went to a little bit in Goa and then in Bangalore. When it was time to choose a career, I asked my mom, I wanted to do fine art, but my mom was very practical. And she said, fine art is not going to help me pay the bills, so let's do applied art. That's why advertising. And 15 years of advertising.
So So what department were you? Copyright?
Art director.
Art director.
Yes.
Okay, that's
So,
great.
Yes, nice
So
agencies.
now, but the circle is complete. You're back to
I know.
fine art.
I think after a few years in advertising, everybody loves to read. Otherwise,
No, but advertising can be a great entry to get into
Yeah.
life,
yeah.
because the whole world of advertising is so solid.
Yes.
It teaches you confidence, it teaches you to accept nonsense, it teaches you to be bright, it teaches you to find your place in the sun, it's everything. But your nature, I don't know how you know. You must have been very sweet and nice and soft.
I was
And
lucky.
everybody must be getting into you or something like that.
I was lucky because I was in Bangalore, that's all.
Okay. Bombay perhaps would have been devoured,
I would have.
chewed up.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me, you had many shows, right?
Yes.
You've done different themes?
Yes, actually.
Like what, tell me how many themes?
so-
We'll come to this one later.
Mainly I started with the forest, and then I moved on to the lotus, and then to this.
So forestry means what? Trees and leaves and
Because you've
plants?
seen my uncle's house, that's where we are from.
Yeah.
And a lot of the forest, the forest was for
Your
me,
life.
Yeah, my life. It still is. And therefore, painting started like that. Lots of trees, lots of rivers, water.
So natural
So,
nature
yes,
and all that
nature.
kind of stuff.
Yes.
And then you said lotus.
I don't know why I did the lotus. Honestly.
So was it just lotuses like that?
Yeah,
Lotus?
lots of
Or
lotus.
Buddha?
No, Buddha, no.
Okay.
Lots of lotus.
Flowers.
I suppose maybe.
It could have also been roses, but it happened to be lotus. So that's okay. No, it's symbolic, no?
Monet connection.
What connection?
Monet. I love impressionism. I just love so it. And maybe I saw, everyone sees Monet's water lilies and you're like, I want to see, I want to do this. Then you realize you can't be Monet. So then you
So you be a Mena. Monet to Mena. Okay, that's great. Coming now to this theme. You know, when you said Chawls, you think of Chawls. And Bombay and Chawls is very synonymous. But when I saw what you sent me, I said this is not Chawl. You know, this is like taking out, isolating lovely facets from that, for which you need to have a keen eye. So did you photograph and then
Yes.
decide you photographed?
Always.
So you took a nuance out and then decided how to go about it.
Yes.
And then of course I can see this is all multimedia.
Yes.
You've done gauche, you've done acrylic, you've
Yes.
done water things.
Watercolor, a little bit, yes.
Yeah, a little bit, but that effect is there.
Dynamic, yes.
And the 30 pieces of work here.
Yes.
How long did it take you to do this?
So Jahangir is always everybody's dream, right? So when I got the approval, so to say, I had 10 months to prepare. So 6 pieces are from earlier work and the rest is over 10 months.
It's a labor of love, you know. And where do you paint? In
I
your
have a
lovely
studio.
home? Or in Bombay? You live in Bombay now.
I have a studio in Mani.
Husband is supportive, he's a writer, I hear.
Extremely.
Extremely! Well, behind every successful artist is a man.
Extremely.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. You want to say something else? Go ahead now.
I don't know. First of all, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. You've made this so wonderful for me. Right, secondly, thank you to Pinky for bringing this lovely lady here. We don't, like I said, we hadn't met before, but she's made it so easy and so wonderful. I was like,
Oh no! When we had a chat last night, she said, you know, I'm not having a ribbon, I'm not having
Yeah.
any lamps. Is it okay? I said, absolutely fine. We don't need any of that kind of thing, so it's fine.
I always feel it's very cliche to do all those things.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's your
But we
show.
could have got a diya from one of these houses and lit it.
Abandoned.
Just kidding, just kidding.
So yeah, no. So this theme started out with from me moving to Bombay and trying to make friends with the city, and going on these little walks. And a chance walk, I found the first Chawl, and of course, one has heard this name, but because I'm not from Bombay, I didn't know it,
Yeah.
and that set me out of this.
You know, actually speaking, I would not even really address these lovely areas as Chawls.
Yes.
Because they are our heritage, really.
Yes.
Bhuleshwar is my favorite go-to spot.
Yes.
And when I'm going on the inside roads, Lower Parel and this and that, I'm always like looking. I'm always looking for the car at everything. Like, you know, you see these little things like in a dalda dabba, they'll have plants.
Yeah.
Every house will have it.
Yeah.
Then they'll have these lovely grills.
Yeah.
And the grills are all from the British times, you know. So they're brilliant, they're beautiful.
Yes.
So it's I would call it, I mean, you've got a good subject. Let's think of another name. Because it's misleading. It's misleading to say Chawls. But you can, I'm sure, we'll put our heads to it. But it's great, and it's all for sale, right?
Yes.
So from what to what is your range, if I can ask you?
Of course, it's from 12,000 to 1.5. The big one. The big one.
Yeah, right. So that's great.
आपने जैसे हमने सुना आपने एडवर्टाइजिंग की, उसके बाद वापस से अपने जो दिल की चाह थी उसमें आप वापस लौटे हो, अपनी पेंटिंग चॉल नाम से स्टार्ट की। क्या कहना चाहेंगे, कैसा ही जर्नी रही?
थैंक यू। जर्नी तो बहुत अच्छी रही, एंड जो जर्नी जहांगीर तक लेके आए वो तो बहुत ही अच्छी होगी ना। सो जब मैं बॉम्बे आई थी तब ये शब्द मैंने सुना था चॉल करके, लेकिन उतना उसका मुझे ज़्यादा उतना अनुभव नहीं था, कुछ भी मालूम नहीं था। तो जब मैं एक दिन वॉक पे गई तो एक बहुत ही सुंदर चॉल दिखी मुझे, और वहाँ से ये शुरुआत हुई जर्नी की। उसके बाद मैं यहाँ वहाँ सब छोटी छोटी चॉलें ढूंढते गई, और जो लोग यहाँ रहते हैं उन चॉल में उनको ढूंढती रही, एंड आहिस्ता आहिस्ता इनका बहुत ही ज़्यादा मुझे लगा कि अपने यहाँ चॉल्स तो बहुत है, बहुत सुंदर है, लेकिन उनकी उतनी ये नहीं करी जाती है। चॉल मतलब एक इतना शब्द है जो ज़्यादातर पॉजिटिव नहीं होता है, तो मुझे लगा कि उसका वो जो उसकी ब्यूटी जो है वो निकलनी चाहिए, वो आनी चाहिए। तो ये एक छोटा सा प्रयत्न है उसका।
और कितनी पेंटिंग्स है आपकी यहाँ पर, और कितना वक्त लगा अगर एक पेंटिंग्स को बनाने में, अगर कहा जाए उस हिसाब से?
पेंटिंग्स यहाँ पर 33 है, एंड छोटी जो है उनमें उनको एक हफ्ता तो लगता है, लेकिन बड़ी जो है वो 2 महीने वगैरह लगते हैं।
और ये सब चॉल्स जैसे जो आपने ड्रॉ की है, क्या ज़्यादातर साउथ बॉम्बे की है कि आपने पूरा मुंबई?
नहीं, पूरा तो नहीं, वो तो आई मीन मुमकिन ही नहीं है मेरे लिए।
अच्छा।
ये फिलहाल गिरगांव और दादर है।
अच्छा। इट्स अबाउट ये एग्जीबिशन आपका कब से कब तक है, क्या मैसेज रहेगा जो पब्लिक है उसे?
आज शुरुआत है, आज पहला दिन है, और संडे तक रहेगा ये एग्जीबिशन। तो आ जाइए, देख लीजिए, बातें करते हैं। प्लीज कम, आई लव टू टॉक टू एवरीवन।
तो कलर टोन्स पे बारे में बताइए, थीम के बारे में बताइए, कैसे आपने सोचा कि इस पर ही बनाना है, चॉल्स पे बनाना?
नहीं, चॉल तो इंस्पिरेशन था ही, एंड कलर्स वगैरह वो तो इंस्टिंक्टिवली आ जाते हैं। आप थोड़ा थोड़ा जो मेहनत करते हो, हर रोज थोड़ा स्केच करते हो, ड्रॉ करते हो, वो कलर्स इज ऑलवेज इंस्टिंक्ट।
तो क्या कुछ आपके मन में फिलहाल चल रहा है, क्या इस पर ही आगे बढ़ना है आपको, या फिर कुछ और भी आप सोच रहे हैं पेंटिंग्स को लेकर या बाकी और चीज़ों को लेकर?
फिलहाल तो यही सब्जेक्ट मैं ज़्यादा डीपली करना चाहूँगी, बिकॉज जो चॉल्स मुंबई में है वो तो दिन ब दिन कम ही होती जा रही है। अपना रीडेवलपमेंट जो होता है, और आई मीन इट्स ओके, वो तो रीडेवलपमेंट सब में चेंज आना है, वो तो माहिर है, बट इट्स ओके, देखते हैं। इनका थोड़ा सा डॉक्यूमेंट होना चाहिए, ऐसा मुझे लगता है।
लास्टली फैमिली का किस तरह सपोर्ट रहा है आपको?
बहुत ही ज़्यादा। मैंने कितनी दफ़ा सोचा कि स्टूडियो मेरा है और उसका रेंट मैं भरती हूँ, और आर्ट तो इतना ये नहीं होता है, तो मैंने बहुत टाइम सोचा कि स्टूडियो अभी दे देती हूँ, बंद करती हूँ, लेकिन मेरे हस्बैंड ने हमेशा कहा कि वॉट एवर हैपन्स यू आर नॉट गिविंग अप द स्टूडियो।
Is it for sale, and if it is, क्या रेंज है?
Everything is for sale. आर्टिस्ट को सेल करना ही पड़ता है, we cannot just keep on working. So the small ones start from 6,000, and सबसे बड़ी जो पेंटिंग है उसका 1.5 लाख तक है।
एनी एग्जीबिशन जहाँ पर आपको पार्ट लेना है, ऐसे कोई जैसे जहांगीर आर्ट गैलरी, ऐसे और कोई गैलरीज है अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड जहाँ पे आप चाह रही कि मेरी एग्जीबिशन लगे?
Paris, definitely.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.